The US CPI says inflation is cooling, but your grocery receipt says otherwise. Let's look at shrinkflation, where US corporations are charging you the same for 20% less product. Today, we break down why your $100 grocery trip now feels like a luxury and how to spot the hidden traps designed to erode your purchasing power. Welcome back to the channel. Let's follow the money. The core of the frustration lies in the disconnect between official data and your real-world financial friction. When the government reports that the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, for food is stabilizing, they are taking an average across a massive basket of goods, many of which do not reflect the acute price jumps in the essential staples you buy every single week. This official data smoothing masks the volatile reality of your specific shopping experience. And the most prevalent, hidden mechanic driving this disconnect is a corporate strategy called shrinkflation. Marcus walks down the snack aisle, a section notorious for this tactic. He picks up his favorite brand of tortilla chips, noticing the bag feels lighter. Shrinkflation is not a conspiracy. It is a calculated, metric-driven corporate decision to protect profit margins. Faced with rising costs for raw inputs, energy, and labor, companies have two choices to maintain institutional fortune. Option 1, overtly raise the visible price of the product, which risks immediate consumer backlash and a loss of market share. Option 2, subtly reduce the volume or weight of the content while keeping the packaging footprint and the unit price identical. This approach exploits a specific cognitive blind spot. Sarah maps the behavioral data loops that make shrinkflation so effective. The data shows that consumers notice a 10-cent price increase immediately, but they rarely register a 10% reduction in net weight on a package they purchase out of habit. It's the stealth extraction of value from your grocery budget. We see this mechanic deploying across all grocery sectors: pet food, laundry detergent, even sports drinks. Marcus observes this firsthand in the beverage aisle. The standard sports drink bottle he used to buy for years has been subtly redesigned with indented grips and a thinner base profile. The price tag remains $1.99, but the label now quietly reads 28 ounces instead of 32. Let's analyze how corporate management defends these tactical parameters in public financial reports. Executives often frame these changes as product optimizations or improved sustainability. The data matrix shows how they deploy these variables. In Q1 of 2023, a major conglomerate stated on an earnings call, "Our packaging innovations reduce total plastic use while maintaining price points." Marcus experiences the mental block of assuming consistent retail logic. He treats the snack bag as an unchanging utility, missing the corporate math being applied to the back end of his transaction. To break completely free from this financial attrition matrix, you must change your unit calculation blueprint. We counteract shrinkflation by shifting focus from the sticker price to the unit price data index. This is step 1. Ignore the numbers in big font. Analyze the matrix numbers in small font. Most retailers are contractually required to display the price per ounce or price per pound metrics. Sarah tracks the volatility of unit price variances across different packaging structures. The data demonstrates that mid-sized packages frequently offer the worst unit valuation multiple on the shelf. Let's break down strategy node number 2, programmatic generic substitution. Most consumers default to major national brands, paying an approximate 40% premium simple for corporate marketing validation. When Marcus switches to the generic white store brand version of Greek yogurt, he bypasses the corporate media expenditure layer completely. The generic product often originates from the exact same institutional production contract. Sarah maps the supply chain convergence where generic brand goods originate. The data proves that the minimal formula variances do not justify the massive price delta between the labels. This brings us directly to strategy layer 3, total volume procurement. Buying in bulk neutralizes the shrinkflation effect by securing high total volume counts for single transactional entries. You execute one transaction in the highest tiered bulk layer, for example, 20 pounds of rice, rather than dozens of transactional entries at the tiered retail layer. Your initial capital extraction velocity is higher, but your multi-month burn rate on that staple asset falls to an optimized baseline. Marcus observes this firsthand in the warehouse club environment, optimized for high-tiered institutional volume metrics. He He bypasses the standard corporate retail markup model completely. Sarah tracks the raw purchasing power velocity of a consumer utilizing bulk procurement strategies against one utilizing standard retail data flows. The comparative data matrix proves that volume aggregation is the ultimate antidote to corporate margin padding scripts. Finally, deploy the digital optimization node, programmatic couponing aggregation apps. US corporations use targeted variable pricing models based on consumer behavioral tracking data. These algorithms generate dynamic offers and rebate triggers to capture incremental margin on price-insensitive shoppers. If you do not utilize digital clipping tools, you are programmatically overpaying for the identical grocery item matrix. Marcus activates an aggregator app, which instantly scans his list for institutional pricing loopholes. He recovers up to 15% of his transactional extract simply by utilizing the provided algorithmic bypass node. Shrinkflation is a permanent institutional fixture of the modern retail environment. Corporations will continue to prioritize mathematical profit stability over raw consumer transparency metrics. Sarah closes her structural assessment ledger, mapping the long-term wealth erosion caused by these hidden variables. The cumulative data confirms that grocery price expansion is not transitory. By shifting from sticker price defaults to calculation-based unit metrics, you effectively seize control of your personal purchasing velocity dashboard. Grocery math determines corporate fortune, but data literacy secures your capital perimeter shield. You decoded the shrinkflation script. Now execute step 1 of your structural economic rebalancing. Buy generic, calculate per ounce, and procure total tiered volume. Marcus locks in his generic procurement protocol, observing immediate capital acceleration in his monthly liquidity forecast ledger. Leave a comment below detailing which specific grocery item matrix you observed, undergoing the most aggressive metric reduction in the last 18 months. This collective data pool deletes corporate illusions and enforces market transparency protocols. Subscribe to the channel right now for complete, quantitatively focused deep dives into how institutional systems manipulate capital velocity at the tiered consumer layer. Grocery inflation is structural asset extraction. Shrinkflation is corporate compliance code. Data literacy deletes corporate scripts. Seize control of your dashboard. Calculate per ounce, switch generic, aggregate volume, tiered, procure. Seize the generic white store yogurt over the corporate cyan labeled container. Math defines compliance, logic secures, fortune loop control. Close screen and calculate generic substitution. Generic tiered, procure generic total volume aggregation logic substitution node. Let's deconstruct the subtle physics of packaging redesign used by major manufacturers. Corporations employ industrial design teams specifically to alter container geometry without changing front-facing surface area. By widening the front label by 2 mm while hollowing out the interior base, a brand can cut 15% of liquid weight unobserved. This visual deception keeps shelf presence identical while systematically reducing real-world yield. Another common tactic is functional slack fill, increasing the nitrogen gas void inside bagged goods. While manufacturers claim this prevents product damage during transit, volume tracking reveals a steady expansion of empty space. Marcus compares the chip bag volume from 3 years ago against today's standard packaging. He calculates that he is paying 40 cents more per actual ounce of edible food. Now, let's examine the secondary psychological layer: skimpflation. Skimpflation occurs when a manufacturer keeps the weight and price identical, but reformulates the product using cheaper ingredients. High-grade oils are swapped for hydrogenated alternatives, and real sugar is replaced with high-fructose corn syrup. The consumer experiences a degraded product profile while paying peak premium rates. Sarah maps the compounding effect of simultaneous shrinkflation and skimpflation across household budgets. The data shows that real purchasing utility for processed foods has dropped 35% since 2021. To insulate your household against these dual extraction vectors, you must deploy an offensive purchasing framework. Rule number 1. Pivot away from ultra-processed packaged goods towards single-ingredient bulk staples. Single-ingredient commodities like dry beans, whole grains, and raw rice cannot be easily subjected to skimpflation. Their unit volume is fixed, transparent, and easily compared across wholesale supplier channels. Rule number 2. Audit store promotional displays and ignore multi-buy bundle illusions. Retailers use multi-buy tags to induce artificial urgency, tricking consumers into purchasing excess inventory at standard unit prices. Always calculate the single unit baseline before committing capital to promotional bundles. Rule number 3. Join local agriculture co-ops and direct from farm distribution networks. Bypassing corporate retail distribution channels cuts out 3 layers of corporate markup and packaging overhead. Marcus transitions 50% of his fresh food allocation to a local community-supported agriculture subscription. His net cost per pound drops 40%, while the nutrient density and quality of his food increases. Rule number 4. Establish a disciplined household food inventory and meal preparation schedule. The average American family wastes 20% of bought groceries due to unorganized meal planning. Eliminating food waste instantly provides a 20% boost to your real-world grocery purchasing power. Sarah concludes her macro analysis on corporate retail yield extraction. The empirical evidence proves that passive consumers will continue to suffer silent wealth erosion. Corporate boardrooms will not voluntarily abandon profitable packaging and formulation strategies. Protection requires deliberate individual action, data literacy, and structural purchasing changes. You must reject brand loyalty, evaluate every purchase by unit weight, and bypass corporate markup loops. When you execute these protocols, you effectively neutralize shrinkflation's drag on your monthly cash flow. Marcus reviews his updated monthly balance sheet, realizing he has reclaimed $180 a month in leaked capital. He redirects that surplus straight into his sovereign investment shield. He has converted an invisible financial drain into an active wealth-building engine. Take custody of your household balance sheet tonight. Audit your pantry, switch to unit price calculations, and refuse to pay premium prices for reduced volumes. The unyielding laws of mathematics lose all power when you align your spending with empirical data. The arithmetic is objective, the logic is unyielding, and the matrix is neutral. Subscribe for more financial data literacy. Calculate generic substitution, generic unit pricing metric, generic tiered procurement aggregation, generic total volume, generic calculation dashboard control. Close screen and calculate unit substitution generic logic. Procure total tiered aggregation, bulk substitution dashboard loop aggregation, metric generic logic dashboard substitution aggregation, tiered bulk substitute. Procure calculation dashboard substitution, generic loop node, procure generically. Procure generic logical dashboard logic, tiered aggregation bulk. Procurement dashboard substitution, tiered generic procurement metric logic.